Hey guys, in today's video we're going to have a follow-up to the video I did last week called Fix Vikendi, which went over all of the problems on Vikendi since we've got it on the consoles, both Xbox One and PS4. Apparently the issues weren't that widespread on PS4. Some players did agree that they were seeing some of these things, but most of the Xbox players are seeing these issues. If you don't have an external SSD, you're seeing lots of loading issues at the beginning of the match, and even if you have an external SSD with PUBG on it, you're still seeing some of those flying cars or falling through the ground, and there's just some general issues with Vikendi right now that need to be fixed as soon as possible. Luckily this week we got another update from the devs on the PUBG forums, and they say that they're tentatively scheduling a hotfix for February 28th, which is 2 Thursdays from now. If you don't know what issues I'm talking about, and if you didn't catch my video last week, I'll have an annotation in the top right portion of the screen right now if you want to check that one out. But let's go ahead and get into what this new hotfix will be addressing on February 28th. They say they're going to fix the issue where vehicles going at high speeds could fly or fall through the map, and this applies to both Miramar and Vikendi. I've had this happen to me a number of times now. I'll be rushing to the zone or just driving in general, and my car will fly either up in the air or straight down through the map into some water, and then I'll have to swim out of the car, and eventually I'll pop back up to land. A really weird and extremely frustrating issue. They're going to increase the size of the texture streaming pool to the cache and memory. And basically this will be done to improve rendering times. So hopefully we see a big uptick in those rendering times. We'll just have to wait and see once that hotfix comes out. They're also going to be fixing the issue where the LOD 1 doesn't load, causing buildings to not load at all. So basically what this boils down to, they have some more information in the dev letter, so if you want to check that out, obviously I have the link in the description below, but I'll break it down for you. So they have these things called LODs, or LODs, which is level of detail. LOD 1 is referencing the Play-Doh detail, which basically, if you play Miramar right now and you do a hot drop or you go straight down from the plane, you're probably going to see some Play-Doh type buildings where everything just looks like mush, and then eventually the buildings render in fully and everything's popped in. Well, once those buildings render in fully, that's LOD 0. That's full detail, 100% rendered on the outside of the building. Before the update on January 22nd that brought us Vikendi, players were able to see buildings in the LOD 1 form, which have them as Play-Doh type buildings, and then eventually LOD 0 would be achieved where everything on the outside of the building would be rendered, and then you could walk in, open the door, and things like that. But after the January 22nd update, LOD 1 stopped loading until LOD 0 was achieved. So basically, they weren't showing us the Play-Doh buildings anymore. We were just waiting all the way until we had a full render on the outside of the building. So we weren't seeing any buildings at all until it was fully rendered. So they're going to change that. They're going to fix the issue and have LOD 1 come back. So we will see at least where the buildings should be. This will help when we're dropping down to the ground. Even though we still have some danger walking into one of these buildings because we can't exactly see where we're going or what's inside. It just looks like a big pile of mush. But at least we know that a building is there, and so when we're parachuting down we should be able to see more buildings instead of just this open play field with brown patches everywhere where you think buildings will be. You won't have to look at your mini-map just to see if you're actually going to the right place or if you're going to land on a roof maybe just by chance. So it's going to help when we do hot drops or when we're flying down to the ground on Vikendi. And hopefully with that other update where they say they increase the size of the texture streaming pool to cache and memory, hopefully that will improve the rendering times at the same time. And so both of these fixes will work together to make the rendering that much better on Vikendi. But that's basically it. That's going to be in the hotfix, which is planned again for February 28th of 2019 on both Xbox One and PS4. And like I said, that's 2 Thursdays from now, so until then we'll have to deal with the issues that we're currently having. But at least we got an update. At least they didn't just wait until next week sometime to tell us that, hey, we're going to be fixing this, or, you know, the day of we get the hotfix that they're telling us that we're going to fix it. At least they're communicating every week and telling us the updates on the map, because it's definitely a big issue like I talked about last week. It's driving people crazy, and it's driving people away from the game, or at least away from Vikendi, which is a shame because it's definitely a great map. Yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. As always, I'll go over the news as it comes out. I will have the patch notes for when this hotfix comes out in a couple weeks, but until then, stay tuned. Like the video if you found it useful, and subscribe to stay up to date on everything that I publish. Follow me on Twitter and join my Discord. The links are in the description as well. But with that being said, I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Until next time, I'll see you later.